Well, hello there. Welcome back to Community Storytelling Season 7. I'm Lissa Chrysler, and I love being with you here at KCAT TV 15. I hope you've noticed the pictures we have up this season. Glenn Nakazawa, who lives here in Los Gatos, took these fabulous photos, and we had them put on the canvas. And don't they make this little set look fabulous? Yeah, they do. And Linda Lester, thank you so much for what you do for us here at Community Storytelling. And our anonymous donor this season, I won't even go there. Thank you so very much. So community storytelling, it's about people in our community, generally Los Gatos and Montecito, who just do something that is above board. It is something either fabulous or different or creative. It's a story. And I have two people, a mom and daughter here today. I love when I have a mom and daughter sitting next to us, who are really doing something pretty darn amazing. So would you please welcome, maybe you already know KRISTI, you probably do, KRISTI Pearce Percy. It's so hard to say. KRISTI Pearce Percy. I got it right.
That's it.
Wow.
I know. It's a mouthful.
We have her husband to thank for that, I guess.
All of it. Yes. The whole hyphenated name. Yes.
And her lovely daughter, Brooke, who's about to start 7th grade. She's at Fisher Middle School. School going great?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're a big softball player.
Yeah.
And you've got this pretty terrific mom over here. And you've got these hats on that say WHYB. I know what it means. You tell us.
WHYB stands for We Have Your Back, and if you see someone wearing the letters WHYB, then you know that they'll always have your back.
No matter what.
Yeah.
So Mom, KRISTI, I know you
Yes.
started this, and I know it started way back when, the premise of We Have Your Back, I Have Your Back. You had a best friend in 6th grade named Aria.
Yes.
Are you still friends with her?
Still friends with Aria today. Yes.
And does she know what came about?
Yes. And it just tells you what kind of person that she is. She can't even believe that she was kind of the catalyst of the creation of this. She's like, I didn't do anything.
She started a movement.
She did.
So tell us the story. What happened?
So I was in 6th grade.
And was it here?
It was here at Fisher Middle School, actually.
No.
Yes, I went to Dave's Avenue, then Fisher, then Los Gatos High. And at Fisher, I had a really tough first year.
6th grade.
6th grade
is hard
tough.
anyway.
It's tough. And so I was having a tough time in 6th grade. I didn't have many friends, and I was alone a lot. And so I didn't really even know how to make friends. I had a lot in 5th grade, and then that transition time from 5th to 6th, it was just, I couldn't even explain it, but it was tough. So one day at school, I was in line to get a chocolate chip cookie, because that's where I spent most of my time, because I was by myself.
In the snack line?
In the snack line. Because I thought if I look busy, at least I'm not sitting by myself.
Sure.
So these two girls were making fun of me in line. And
as girls do.
Yeah, and I didn't know how to stand up for myself. So I just put my head down, and a voice from behind, she was like, hey, leave her alone. They were making fun of my shoes. They said, leave her alone. I think her shoes are cool. And anyway, so I turned around, and there was this girl standing there, and the two girls in front of me who were making fun of me turned back around, stopped bothering me. And when I turned around to see who stood up for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I don't know what to say. And she's like, don't let people treat you like that. You should stand up for yourself. She was so confident, so amazing. And I just didn't know, I was in awe of her. But it came so easy to her. And so anyway, so we were talking, and I'm like, well, would you like a chocolate chip cookie? And she's like, sure. And from that day forward, she invited me to her friend group. We became best friends. That wasn't her intention, but that's just what came of it. And we were best friends all through middle school, high school, through college. We're still friends to this day.
You went to the same college?
No, just we've just kept in touch.
So this is almost what a TV show is made of,
Yeah.
right? This could be the plot for a TV show.
It was amazing, and it really taught me at the time the importance of having someone's back, even if it had nothing for you in return. She didn't know what she did from that day. She really didn't.
Well, she does now.
Now she does. Yes, yes. And then so fast forward, I have a daughter of my own, and in 1st grade, I started noticing this was happening a lot younger for kids. And it just made my heart hurt, because I thought, oh my gosh, this didn't happen for me until 6th grade. Mm-hmm. This is happening for her in first grade. And so as I was talking to therapists and teachers, what I was finding out was, we teach our kids to be friends with everyone, be friends. But really the message, it's not realistic to be friends with everyone.
Right, and we also don't teach them how to be friends.
Right.
We just use the word make friends with everybody. Well, that doesn't work.
No. And as we get older, it's not natural. So by the time they reach first grade, it's confusing. So the message that really came down to is being kind to everyone is easy. You should be kind to everyone. It's simple. And then I remember growing up, when I was in sixth grade, DARE, drug abuse resistance education, those 4 letters.
Yes.
How it stuck with me for so many years. I'm like, what if we create a 4-letter kindness campaign that could say something and it sticks with people?
So is this 5 years old? Did you think of this when Brooke was in first grade? And so is this like, did you have to register it? Is it a nonprofit? Or is it just Kristi's thing?
Well, it's not a nonprofit yet. It's a campaign right now. And the campaign is very simple because through very generous donations, we've been able to purchase all these hats.
I love them.
And stickers. And it really spreads the word of what WHYB stands for, We Have Your Back. And it starts conversation. So it's really just an organic campaign. We're in 10 states.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It's through conversation and just me reaching out to also other schools or districts, companies, because it's not just for kids.
No.
This is definitely for all ages. But it has started in the schools. Yeah.
So tell me what's happening in Los Gatos. Brooke, is there anything at Fisher Middle School? Do we have these hats? Do people know about this campaign?
Yeah, so my mom, she comes to an SEL class at my school.
And what does that mean?
Quarter. It's a social emotional learning.
Oh.
So she
Never
comes
heard that.
in once a quarter every year, and she talks to everyone about YB, and like everyone gets hats and crumble cookies and stuff.
Well, I like that part. And tell me about you yourself. How has this changed your life?
It's made me more aware of like how other people feel when they get like bullied and stuff, and it made me feel like more happier to like.
So let's see, we got kindness, we got compassion. What else is included in all this?
Integrity. Yeah. Inclusiveness, being inclusive.
Which is such a big deal these days.
It's huge.
We have to work so hard on that one still.
And also just people are different and that's okay. Just making that aware and really the message is kindness is free. Like it's free to give, it's free to receive. I think also what we talk about in the 6th grade at Fisher is that it's harder to have your own back, stand up for yourself than others. So I always ask the kids in the class, have you ever stood up I have them put their heads down so no one can see their answers. But what's really cool about this, I ask them a few things. The first thing I say is raise your hand if you've ever stood up for someone else. Majority always raise their hand. Raise your hand if you've ever stood up for yourself. Very few kids raise their hand. And then I ask if they've ever made fun of anyone, and most raise their hand.
Oh.
And I've asked if anyone's ever made fun of them, and most raise their hand. And then we ask one more question or two. But I have them all lift their heads up, and I just say, look around this room. You're all different. You have some play sports, some play music, some are artistic, you all have different likes and desires in life. You're different, but you're all going through the same thing. So give each other some compassion, and you can kind of see in their face like, what, she goes through that, he goes through that, and so it's really interesting.
So do you start at that 6th grade, or do you go into younger grades?
So really, what we've been doing right now is just 6th grade. We're trying to get into the younger grades because it's so important to get this message out. As we've in first grade, she was dealing with some stuff in first grade.
Even in kindergarten, kids are mean to each other.
Yes, it starts so early on.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my goodness! So I would think maybe I should be your campaign manager.
Please.
We need to go. There aren't that many schools in Los Gatos. There really aren't. You need to be at every PTA meeting once a year, go and talk to the moms and dads. I think
Yeah.
you can get so many people behind you. This is just fabulous.
It is. And
It really is.
Thank you.
And I think, are you in real estate too, or
Architecture.
architect? So, I mean, are you working 40 hours and doing this too?
This is our passion. Well, this is something I get to do with her,
Which
too.
is wonderful.
It's our passion project. And, you know, if we can just change one perspective and and just give someone a little bit of hope. And the stories that we hear from people, it just I want to break, my heart breaks for them. Because
I want you to tell me a story.
Okay, I'll tell you a story. So, I'm not going to say his name because obviously,
of course,
but
and no school,
no. This is actually an adult. It's an adult, and so I was talking to him about WHYB, and he's like, "I have to tell you a story, please." He said, "I was hiring because he owns his own company, and he was hiring for a very prominent position in his company. The gentleman walks through the door for his interview, and he took one look around the room, looked at my friend." And said, "Do you work here?" And my friend said, "Yeah, I own the company." And he turned around and walked right out. And my friend was kind of just in awe, like, who is this guy? Wait a second, I don't know him. So he gets up, follows him out. And I said, no, don't leave. Please don't leave. And he said, "You really don't know who I am?" He's like, "Well, I know your name is so-and-so, and I'm interviewing you today." And he said, "No, I have to go. If you don't know who I am, I really have to go." So he said, "Please come into my office. Please tell me." And he said, so he goes in the office and he's like, "I went to elementary school with you, middle school with you, and high school with you." And my friend nothing had clicked yet.
Sure.
And he's like, "And you made my life a living
Oh
nightmare."
my goodness.
Oh, yeah. And so my friend said, "I am so sorry. I'm embarrassed for many reasons. One, I don't remember you. I don't remember being mean. And I am so sorry." And he goes, "Well, you hurt me so bad. I am surprised I'm still on this earth."
Oh my goodness.
And so he really, so my friend was sharing this with me because he said, "Look, I didn't realize that I was a bully. I was mean to anyone. I don't remember that."
I don't think most people realize they're bullies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's something I talk to the kids about. Yeah. So he shared this with me, and I said, "Well, what happened?"
Yes. What happened? I can't wait.
And he said, "Well, I can't change what I did. All I can say is I'm sorry.
Right.
But what can I do now moving forward?" And he said, "Do you have kids of your own?" He said, "Yeah, I have 2. He's like, "Raise them with kindness and respect and share my story."
Wow.
And so he said, "Absolutely. From here on, I'm going to make that a point of my parenthood. That I'm going to teach my kids to live with kindness and respect and, everything." And so he shared that with me because he's, him and his family are WHYB ambassadors, and he shared this story because
that's a great story.
It's important to know too,
Yes.
because I tell kids, as you get older, when you're in your 40s, when you're in your 40s or above, you only remember people if they're kind or kind of mean to you.
That's right.
You really don't remember a lot of the in-between.
You're so right.
So,
And so often the older people, if you were a bully as a kid, you're most likely a bully as an adult. So luckily this man turned his life around.
He's amazing.
But so this other guy didn't get a job there. He left. They shook hands and left.
He said thank you so much for this, and I thank you for closing this chapter for me. But I can't work with you.
I get it.
And my friend said, "Look, whatever you need, I'll help you find a job." So he did. He helped him find a job.
Oh, wow.
And they're, they're friendly.
Yeah.
But it opened my friend's eyes to a lot of things.
Yes, that's a great. Thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah.
So, what do your friends think of this lady over here?
They love her so much.
Bet. I mean, pretty amazing. Pretty amazing that she has such a big role in your life as well. You're doing something together. Yeah. And this isn't something that's going to end in a year. This you're going to take with you. How can we help?
Okay, so a few things. So Brooke actually is in charge of the design and logo,
which is very cool. Love it.
And it changes because as
life
changes, the logo and what people would want to wear changes. So she's always looking for help with just that. But also what we're doing is we're publishing a book. And in this book
that you two are writing?
Yes. Well, it's a different kind of book. So we're not writing the stories. We're actually asking people to submit stories of who's had their back. And we don't want to highlight the people that hurt us. We want to highlight people like Aria, or people like, people that have had her back.
And Aria's got to be in this book.
Oh, she's in this.
Okay.
She's
got to be the introductory. Okay.
She's the first story. We want to publish 50 stories of people who've done good, and we want to have this in all the libraries.
Love it.
Publish it so that people can look at examples of how to have someone's back, or even tell a story about how you had your own back. Because really, that's
oh my goodness.
So that's
Okay, but how can we help you? Is there a website? What
There's
do we
a website. Yes, there's a website. It's www.whybcampaign.com, and we're going to be uploading all of our hats. We have stickers too.
Yeah, I see the stickers. Hold up the stickers.
And water bottles, binders.
The whole thing's coming.
Laptop.
The whole thing's coming.
Everything. Just to show people, that YB.
That's very cool.
And so, just the website. We have an email, which is ybcampaign@gmail.com. And ask us anything if you need anything. We're happy to speak at any school or corporate office.
Love it.
Whatever. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. And you're all about kindness and compassion, so we have to include your husband.
Yes.
Because your husband
He's
was
amazing.
an Air Force pilot.
Yes.
Thank him from KCAT TV 15. But what's his name?
His name is Walker.
And the whole name, the Walker Pierce Percy.
Percy.
You tell him that was trouble.
I know. We laugh because I went from an Italian long last name to a hyphenated name. I'm like, wow.
I don't know which one's worse.
I'm like, how did that happen? No, Walker is an incredible person, Air Force pilot. He flies for United Airlines as well, Air Force Reserve. But he's a huge community member of Los Gatos as well. He's in Lions. He's in the Veterans Foundation.
And I'm sure he's always had your back.
Always.
And vice versa. Is he a pretty good dad?
Yeah.
Well, he's pretty amazing for what he's done for America. So you thank him for us, okay? And Brooke, you are fabulous. Have a great summer. I know you're big into softball, so play lots of softball. And you'll be a big 7th grader now. And you're changing lives.
Thank you.
And there's nothing better than that, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so glad we had you
Thank
two
you.
on. And great success, please.
you.
And, you're going to be on KCAT TV 15. Everybody's going to know about you.
Thank you.
That's just wonderful, isn't it? Oh, KRISTI and Brooke, and let me say the name one more time. KRISTI Pearce Percy.
Correct.
I finally got it
Yes,
right.
perfect.
And Walker at home. Got
Yes.
it. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
We have your back. WHYB. Don't forget that. That's so important. Community storytelling. This is what we're all about. And if you know somebody, there's not another KRISTI, but if you know somebody like KRISTI, please go to KCAT.org and nominate them so we can sit down with them as well and find out all the great things they're doing. Thank you for being with us today. I'm Lissa Chrysler, and thanks for watching on KCAT TV 15.